Hello, I'm Jacob. I'm the host of the show. Thank you for watching, commenting, and subscribing, and just being a part of what we do here. So, to begin this week's crazy second week of OTAs, which is organized team activities, voluntary usually, we will begin with some retirees, as there will be a couple throughout the show. One of the more notable ones was Frank Gore. He retires. He is this after signing the one-day contract. He's the third running back in NFL history to have 16,000 yards, only behind Walter Payton and Emmitt Smith. As we have said before, when Frank Gore announced that he was going to retire, he was going to become involved in the front office of the 49ers. So this, I think, is a great transition from his pro career into the front office career. The Buccaneers signed one of the best defensive tackles still out there in Akeem Hicks. Akeem Hicks signed a one-year deal worth $10 million. A lot of people have said that this contract could be like 10 years with 9 voidable years. $1 million per year. That would be probably the best Bucs move you can ever do. Because that's basically what Deshaun Watson and the Browns are doing. Except there's no voidable years, but due to the fact how his contract is structured, he only cost them $1 million a year on actual salary cap. Everything else is guaranteed. Former Dolphins wide receiver Albert Wilson signed a one-year deal with the Vikings. I mean, alright, not really noteworthy, but it is the way it is. Steelers, Stephon Tuitt retires after 8 years, 29 years old. I mean, I know they had talked about potentially getting rid of him, but that obviously never transpired. But he has retired at the age of 29, which keeps this players that are still within their prime or still very young retiring at a very young age. Kyler Murray finally arrived at OTAs. He's still looking for a contract. Now, the way these things work is due to the fact that they are voluntary. You don't have to show up. They will make a big deal in the media that you didn't show up. But you don't have to show up until mandatory camp, or mandatory minicamp, which starts in about a week. Bills linebacker Andre Smith suspended 6 games for PD violation. Again, this came out relatively quickly. 6 games for first or second violation is kind of bizarre to say, but I won't be surprised if Andre Smith appeals this and we see how much further this goes. The Colts, Darius Leonard is still dealing with his ankle injury that he suffered in 2021, which is very concerning. He's one of, if not the best linebackers in the league in terms of his coverage ability, the fact of him being able to get fumbles. They call him the maniac for a reason. Like, that's what he's good at. He's so good at it when healthy. But due to the fact that he may not be healthy, it's very concerning to see what happens in the coming months. Another retirement is Ryan Fitzpatrick. Ryan Fitzpatrick has, according to ESPN, said that he is retiring after 17 years. He played for 9 teams, which is 25% of the league. I would have wanted him to just take one snap as a Patriots quarterback, because then he could have said I played for every team in that division. And I don't think that's ever happened before, which would be amazing to see. It's not over for Fitzpatrick in the world of football, as he is in talks with Amazon in some capacity. Amazon has been pretty busy, as they've obviously brought in Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit, and the panel's supposedly supposed to consist of Kay Adams and Pat McAfee that we know of. Richard Sherman's still out about, and so now is Ryan Fitzpatrick. Potentially, they keep a young crew together. It may keep Amazon very entertaining. And finally, news that broke it has actually swept under the rug, was talked about. Greg Olsen will be the number one color commentator for this season. He will remain together with Kevin Burkhardt, and I like this move. I really do. I think Greg Olsen's great at it because he understands it very well. I don't know. He did a game once. He was still in Carolina. He did a game on his off week. It was when Kyler Murray was a rookie, and they were against the Giants, and they're beating the Giants. And I remember the game was it was a blowout win by the Cardinals, and I was like, Greg Olsen's very good at this. He's very good. He's articulate. He can explain things to a much smaller demographic, the people who don't understand football. He can connect with the people who do understand it. And he works his way out very well. He's getting in, he's getting out, he's making sure everything's timed up properly. It was well done. And so it wasn't surprising to me that he would go and be a broadcaster at Fox. That was not surprising. The thing that I really hope is I hope they do keep Burkhardt and Olsen together. Because the one thing I like about Olsen, he understands a veteran's perspective. Zeke got hurt this year. No other commentator talked about it. They just said, yeah, he's banged up, and yeah, he's on the sidelines all the time. But Olsen's like, well, hold up. Zeke has earned the right to play through an injury like this. What he's done in his career, he's earned the right. And that, no one else had said it, he said it. That's what you want. And it could be Zeke, it could be Tom Brady, it could be Patrick Mahomes. Doesn't matter. That person has the right to play on an injury. I think that was well done by Greg Olsen, and I'm happy they're keeping Burkhardt and Olsen, at least for the immediate future.